have. And so let's read this description and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Assertiveness is speaking one's truth with peaceful confidence. It is discerning the song we were given to sing and using our talents as a gift to the world. We have the courage to speak up for what we believe is right. We tell the truth about what is just. Assertiveness comes from knowing our own worth and honoring the dignity of who we are. We stand on our own holy ground and set boundaries without guilt. We never beg or make demands. We ask for what we need by making simple, positive requests. We treat ourselves with respect and expect respect at all times. So, this is an area that maybe I have grown in some ways, and in other ways not so much. It's an area that I continue to grow. Sometimes it's not easy to speak what you're thinking or to speak up in what we believe is right, just based on society, the peers, those around us who may have a different point of view that we want to please, or that we want to not lose their friendship or whatever. And it's one of those virtues that just has so many other virtues that we need to balance assertiveness with. Because if we're overly assertive, we come off as being, aggressive, unkind. We come off as, in negative terms, we come off as bossy, or, not tolerant of others. But being assertive is really finding that middle ground where we speak our truth, we say what we mean, we mean what we say, we don't fall back on just staying with whatever is the most popular thing to be said right now. And so there we go. And so I just think it's one of those virtues that we can all work on, that we gain that confidence. And I guess that confidence comes from really knowing and clarifying exactly, what we believe, what we stand for, what we want for ourselves. And that's why I appreciate this thing by where it says that we don't beg or make demands. We simply make simple, positive requests. And and if the other person is able to accomplish that, then that's great. And if not, then we become detached from the emotional side of that. So it's just one of those virtues that we need to use in balance with other virtues like tact and kindness and tolerance and respect for others, and there's just so many that we need to balance it with. It certainly makes us feel much better when we speak up and when we say what we mean and what we and we speak the truth as we see it. But assertiveness also calls for us to be willing to listen, I think, to others, so that we can really double check ourselves, so to speak. So, at any rate, there's a lot to that, isn't there? And I think in the world that we live in today, it makes it very hard. I know many people that I know, and I include myself in this, that we're very careful about what we say and to who we say it. And so I think that's what I want to work on. I want to work on being willing to speak up, stand up for justice, and at the same time speak what we believe is right. And I think in the world today that we live in, it's become much harder to do that. And that's why I've encouraged the idea of, instead of cancel culture, that we have an acknowledgement culture, a culture where we acknowledge others for their virtues. And when we do that, when we see the good in others, it really takes their, even if they have an opinion that's different from us, if we can see the good in them, it makes it much easier for us to treat them with respect. So, how do we help our children with assertiveness? Well, I think this is probably one of the most important virtues that we can help our children with, and it's giving them the opportunity. First, we give them choices, right? We allow them to make choices. We allow them to express their feelings. We allow them to, without judgment, without us judging them. It's giving them that unconditional love. Recently I read something where a psychologist noted that one of the most important things, the two things that he thought were most important for parents to provide for their children was unconditional love, which we all can understand, but also with the skills to be an adult. And that included, simple things like financial things and making your bed and fixing dinner and those kinds of things. And there's probably other things that we could add to that, but I think part of being an adult is also being willing to speak up with confidence and to have that sort of confidence and honoring ourselves for the value that we have. So when we talk about our children, we have to give them that opportunity as a child at first, because if we put them down, we put their feelings down, then they're not going to be so willing to express them later when things may not be going as well for them as they would like. So a lot of times when we're working with a family or with a child who is dealing with a bullying situation, assertiveness is one of those virtues that is lagging, and we need to help them build that quality up. And so we do that by role playing with them, but most importantly by giving them the opportunities and not judging them when they do stand up. We want our children to be assertive. I think about our sons and daughters when they go into the world. If they're not assertive, they're going to easily be taken advantage of, and they may not even be able to progress in the workplace because of not speaking up for themselves. And so it's a protection to them, right? It's a protection, and it gives them the opportunity to feel the dignity of themselves. So that's how I'm thinking about that today. I'll be honest, my mind is really on my website right now. I got all kinds of problems there. But I am going to, I'm going to have the courage to tackle this today and do the best I can. At any rate, that's what's on my mind, and I'm very happy that you were here with me today. Hopefully we only had a couple of drop frames, it looks like, so hopefully this is a little bit better than it was the other day. So thank you very much for being here until tomorrow, which is Thursday. Tomorrow we'll have a brand new word, and until then, keep practicing the 4 C's of successful families of clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time, bye.